You don't care, you don't give a damn, you don't dare. My number one girl, you rule my world. You took my heart, never depart back. You made me beg, you made me beg. Every time I come over, you make me beg. But why? You kiss you touch and leave my. But why? Ration nimbo, 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 ninza. 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 Sitting on motoka, sitting on kalanja, sitting on blinja. Girl, I could some love, give me some love, be my better half. Let you down, my girl. Till I ring, till I pins, many things done nothing. For as long as you got my heart, naye lwachongamba koma waluli sikumanyi bulungi nkyakwetegereza. I say yes, I say no, I say maybe let's take it slow. You are my number one girl, you rule my world. You took my heart, never give back, but you made me big. You made me but you never ever take what I say. I need you. But you do what you do ever again. You rub my world, it goes around, around and round and round and round. I love you so, I need you so, I never leave you so. Girl, I'm telling you this every day, every night, that I really feel you again tonight. Give us a chance, you and I, you and I, you and I. Give us a chance, you and I, you and I, you and I. Ration nimbo, 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 ration nimbo, ration nimbo, 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 ration nimbo, ration nimbo, ration nimbo, ration nimbo, ration some love, be my better half. I promise I will never let you down, my girl. Ration nimbo, 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 ration nimbo, ration nimbo, that ain't gonna last for long. Time does not wait. Okay, man.
Hi guys, how are you today? I did not charge my microphones, but I think the charge we have on now can actually get us somewhere. Let me just put the microphone on. Okay, so I think we're back to our default settings. The microphone now should be working properly. So I hope you guys are doing well today. It's Saturday 8th. The car weekly roundup is already uploading. And I'm from class. I've also been dozing. Rhyme. What you with the rhyme? The car weekly roundup is uploading. I've also been in class dozing. Hey, I don't know the other word that can rhyme with those words. But it's Saturday evening and I want us to just chill. Echibozi chirete. Kambabuze Jones in from Galasi Joshua Mixed Farm, Chigoze Stanley, Chambade Annington, Sereko Starch, Ronald Mucha, George Bob Raiwa, Proma Creations. Ronald Mucha, that was like 30 to 40 kilometers per hour. That's very slow. Nakate Christine, George Senkubuge, Stanley Chigozi, Otrina and football match. Like, I've never been able to fully enjoy soccer or football. Luirika Isaac, Chechireo, Abiola Pounds, Lucky Mose, Morad K Momo, VIP, or Morad K Momo VIP, Wada again that Agoka, Aine Joshman, okay, but to tag the together. I have no idea about the Wakutense and Sanzo when Moroccan I made the went on Ngenda Korachi. Aine Joshman. AC leakage simply means that your system air conditioning yisa byetaina kuyisa wetaina bisiza. Like if they refill with AC gas chitegeza gas oyo waliwo either akatuli nga gas oyo ayita wataina kuyita. That's what it means. Either the piping or the compressor or the fridge, somewhere somehow there is a let's call it a hole where gas is going out, and so it cannot contain, because it's supposed to be in a closed vacuum. That's what I want to call it. It's not supposed to be going out anywhere, which it's supposed to just keep a reaction that goes continuously. Which tegera Jaiseka Jaben Kako, Johnny Lumansi Lubega Mark, Sidam energy drink. Sometimes you really need some boost. Like tomorrow morning, I have to wake up in the morning. I have to shoot. There's a pilot I have to shoot tomorrow. Today to be shooting a weekly roundup. Yeah, but I try to avoid them though. I try to avoid them. But I hope you guys are doing well. Today is 8th. This is day 8 of February, and of course day 39 of 2025. Yeah, the broadcast is going to be quite short, and then Mbasi. What is happening here? Something is not proper. Wait. Let me see. Just a minute, guys. Okay, I guess it's just the road. Omuchomo banange kambadde mwenja mwebagayi nyina maka tumusota yange najiguze ku muzungu ngafuluma USAID yange. So a person that is looking for a car that is below 10 million, you can hit me up and we see if you buy my Mac tumusota ne esa akola. Ne esa akola, I think the bumper yeriko bokola akola, but ne esa akola Mac tumusota. Anybody that is looking for a car that is 10 million and below, you can hit me up. I think the roje mbavu kangendele mwe waka. Let me think about it. I don't know about the fuel consumption, if I can manage it for one day, but let me think about it. So I have a Mac tumusota, and if you wanted to buy a kanga, the sende zona uchazi busa nguyagala moro kange ikola SC. Hey, omuzungu abadda furuma. You guys, the side thing is actually very serious. There are people that are out of jobs. I've seen a meme on X. Someone is saying that the danger of nepotism, that if someone recruited the entire extended family to come and work on a USAID project, now is the time for them to see that nepotism is bad. The entire extended family is out of jobs. It's just a meme I saw on X, and yeah, it might actually be true, and also a danger. Na yenga igulu twaguze Benz mbagaye ka broadcast kalero ngenda kakola nga kampi. There is something I want to check out. Njagala soka mvuge musota yange wano mu town wano ndabo banji twala ewange mu kyalo oba nasobola amafuta oba sisobola. So I'm going to put some testing fuel ndabe. Yeah, but for people that had their 10 million ngoka stack nze wano, you can call me up. Of course I pay inspection fee because a young tighter depending on what you want. I have to inspect others. Yeah, I have, so it's still inspection or jisasura. Sada Mogambo tia. So anyway, yesterday we bought a Benz. So guy calls me and he tells me, you know what, Arthur, I want you to inspect a car. I want to buy a C200. And I did not ask the budget because I don't know, somehow these days I don't want, I just, it doesn't cross my mind and I don't want to ask. So when someone says, Arthur, I want you to inspect a car, I immediately start imagining that you actually went and got options of cars, yeah? So I did not ask. So when he said C200, I thought that Yabade had the options, and indeed Baba Deva Mugambi brokers had told him that there were options. So we wanted to buy a C200 2014 model, and so when he calls me up, I say, okay, no problem, we'll go and see, which was yesterday. Yesterday was a Friday, and we sell meet at 10 a.m. and then go out in the field and look at the available options. And by 9 he was with me, and he was this young man, mweba guy. Abana ba Gen Z nga bayina omudidi. The Gen Z, for the people that don't know, Gen Z are kids born from 1997 and above. And then katiba abani bali mu jibaita batyoba bayina bajita. But Gen Z go choma Gen Z. I have inspected a lot of cars for Gen Zs, yeah. Gen Zs have a lot of money, and you guys, the Gen Z guys, don't use energy. Like the generation before us, yari koesa amanyi, fe tukoesa a mixture of energy and brain for the millennials, but Gen Z use purely brain. So he comes when he, okay, I think before he comes, I talk to him on phone and I ask him, okay, you're looking to buy a Mercedes-Benz, what's your budget? And he says, I want to buy a car of about 45 million shillings. And immediately I switch, because in my mind I had a different C-class that we were going to buy 10, 15 million shillings. And then he tells me, you know, I have 45 million shillings. And I ask him which model. He says 2014 model. And he tells me, Bakuri, I already have options. And I say, good. So yesterday, because we were going to look at Mercedes-Benz, I worked with 2 mechanics. I want to work with someone that knows the technical bit, and another with, let's say, mechanical, and another for wiring. With Mercedes-Benz, I don't want to mess up a little at all, because Mercedes-Benz is soro kutawanya mu angles on na. So I work with 2 people that can check both these angles. And he comes at like 9 a.m. he's already there, and he says, but you know what, the answer is in the chenyanja. He says, after sigenda kupa pia, ngeje wangabe kusawa 10. Nzile ku coffee ben kako, kastoyo gedde. I'm going to buy a coffee maker. I think it's the next purchase I make for office. So he comes and okay, no more energy drinks from now on, none at all. So he comes and he came with his brothers. He was driving a 2012 Mark X, Toyota Mark X. Ngamanyi, I wasn't able to record, but I think one of his brothers recorded me drifting. I should ask for that video and post it for you guys. So I drift a little. I went to the field when Zirokira Kumacha, and I did a bit of drifting. Yeah? I did a bit of drifting myself, and I loved it. I love the handling that the Mark X has. And apparently one of the brothers doesn't like to drift in cars or even go very fast, because he has ever like overturned the car. Yeah, but they were young boys. All of them were young boys. There were 3 of them. And so after drifting, we wait for both the mechanics, and then we head out to so I said, because when he said 45 million shillings, for me in my mind it was like, okay, 45 million shillings, we should go to the bond. And I told him we should go to the bond and compare the prices. Why? Because in my mind it's like, if we can buy a used car at 45, I'm thinking we should get a new one at like 60. That was in my mind. How wrong was I? So we go, and in the bonds in Nakawa, there was one new C200, one, and it was costed at 95 million shillings, and the guy that was selling stopped at 93 million shillings. And yeah, that's pretty high for someone that had a budget of 45 million shillings. Yeah, 93 million is double. Yeah, more than double. So we say, you know what, let's start looking at the used ones. And even the used one, actually in the used car market, there was no C200, that I can tell you. Okay, there was one C200. One of the mechanics I worked with has someone that they like fix cars for. He has a C200, an actual C200, and this person also bought it at 90 million shillings. And so he kept calling this guy, saying, I found he's like a general in the army, or one of the guys in the army. I found it twagala gula moroka yetu ine milioni ana mutano tugenda mu atano mutano. I found yaganye musota yange yino bali mu sigera jiwa na gamusota yange mujajira banga encha. I think during the live broadcasting yenda kolera musota teina phone holder. Let me see. Nino kola bumper. I think I should work on this bumper. But I'm thinking of driving this motor. I'm going to show you. No way. I'm going to show you. Let me even park this car in a place where if I leave it here, in case I decide to leave it here, it doesn't, no one can touch it. But I'm considering driving the Musota. So anyway, we start looking at the used ones, and the first one we saw was actually C180. They didn't want the C180. They wanted the C200, and they told me, you know what, Arthur, if we don't get a C200, we go back home. We don't buy a car, and which was okay. So we go. Never broker wali imbanyo. So there was a broker that had told these guys that he has a C200, like 3 C200s, and they directed us. So we go to see the C200s that are there, and there was none. When we reached the options were 3, but when we reached, apparently 2 of them had been bought. And when we were, but 2 of them were bond, before we reached the bond actually, the guy that has seen me had seen like 3, that's what he says, but 2 were bought still. I'm still skeptical of what this guy, whether this guy was lying or not. So the first car we saw was a C180. That's the one we bought. And this guy started at also 65 million shillings. It's a UBM. It was okay. We did not drive it because our budget at that time had ended at 50 million shillings. So we head out to the broker that told us, Azedina, we go to Bakuli and there are none. And now sometimes when someone tells me, wait, normally I get to call that place to see, and I had called and they told me, so when we went there, it was just a confirmation that, you know what, the car is not actually there. So we went there, and then the broker tells us, come and find me in Mutundwe, the car is here. We drive, we go to Mutundwe, but the car was not actually there. The broker was the one who was there. You get? So we get there, and then he calls someone that had a UBP, and the guy of the UBP says, I'm selling mine at 65 million shillings. If you're paying me cash, I'm selling it at 60 million shillings. So we say, let's head out and see that car, because UBP in Akubanga Ampia, and it was in the area where my kids go to school. So I said, I'm going to use this advantage to pick my kids from school. So we head out, and I leave these guys and the mechanics there to as the car came. So I go pick my kids, and by the time I came back with my kids, you can imagine omuntu alina UBP nenga people cannot even say let's bargain. And it was also a C180, not a C200. So the C200 2014 model is rare in the market, but the C180 2014, like literally everything is the same between the C180 and C200. The difference is the badge and a bit of interior things that are in these cars. So by the time I came back, they had agreed that, you know what, let's go back and bargain the C180 that we saw and probably buy it like 55, because 55 was a possibility. And then we head back. But you see, the time between morning, like when I'm narrating it here, it seems like it's very simple, yeah? Like it seems like it's short, but it's not short. We set off from my office and drive to Ginger Road, the president was going through, so we were held up for an hour. And after that hour, we head out to Nakawa. In Nakawa, we literally saw one C200, which was 95 million shillings. But that time between then, and we remember we had like two cars. We have a Mark X that is moving with us and my car. And the time that between then and to the time that we actually go back and see the C180, remember we drove from Nakawa, we drove from my office to Nakawa, from Nakawa to still Nakawa, where we saw the one C180, then from Nakawa to Bakuli, from Bakuli to Mutundwe, and then from Mutundwe we go to Munyonyo, where we saw that C180, the second one, and then from Munyonyo back to Nakawa. So that time is actually a long period of time. So when we head out to this car, we drive it, we test it with my machine. I have my machine here. Now I'm going to buy a bigger one. And the car had no errors. We drove it, nothing to work on. And the service still has 100 days to go. So they didn't even need to do service. And we agreed, because we agreed to pay 55 million cash and with a credit balance of 5 million. But the cash around was 52. So we paid 52 million shillings. With 3 million to be sent on mobile money, and then the balance in 4 months. And then this is where it gets interesting. People don't forget. So we bought this car from a popular luxury car dealer, and then this luxury car dealer had sold a vehicle to someone, and this person had not paid, but they got problems. Like, it was a GLE. When they got problems, they went to sell their car to a dealer. Still to kubana abasubuzi. Now they did not tell them musubuzi. They did not tell them musubuzi that I have a date with the person that sold me the car. So when they sell this car, they buy this. The musubuzi buys this car. He calls these guys in a moruka mujibanja kobo tujibanja sente boys ne west nga mulimu ne no Jude, the dude, they are not different, they are the same. I saw the C180, I also saw the C200. They had the same engine. Now I don't have the engine codes with me. I took a picture of the chassis, even the verification, but the engines are the same, Jude. Okay, the cars I saw, the C200 I saw in the bond, and the C180 that we bought, the engines are the same. So apparently the traders buy this car and then they go back. He's not paying his debt. So they get the car back, Baji's car with a breakdown, and then these guys have to sit down on the table. So what these traders then make of this seller of the car that are double standards, and this was the reason why the brokers, because they were brokers now, they were telling this guy togura moroka kubana abantu because bajja kudda bajinone. So me, I'm normally open, so I call this guy that is selling the car ngamugamba na yeah, you have a very bad reputation, oguza abantu emoroka no mana no zisika, and he tells me the entire story, but he tells me in the presence of these guys, but I do a verification of the car still. I get information from URA, and we call this the guy who is still in the logbook. And when I call him, he says, yes, I'm in the logbook. I'm the owner. He's Nigerian, but I sold the car. These guys are actually supposed to be transferring the car to their names and all. So we agree they're going to transfer because it was us with the cash. And yeah, and that's how we buy the car. Now, what's interesting about this car? People are asking, Athan Rosa, what made the difference in German technology? Yes, it's very comfy. It's a Mercedes-Benz. It gets a different feel. And it's something that happens with branding. I'm from class where we studied brand strategy and all. And it comes with branding. It comes with memories that have been put in our minds, ideas that have been put in our minds. But also the feel is premium when you sit in a Mercedes-Benz. Which tegera. When you sit in the Mercedes-Benz, the feel is different, the leather is different, the finish is different, the technology is different, and all that. But personally, I know that once you drive a car for 3 weeks, it will be the same. That's why I normally tell you guys, bogule motoka soko jivuge miezi 3 nga tonakola major changes, because you might not actually like the car. Ochitegera. That's a rule. So just like that. And the guys, never know what I'm the next hour just sent. But it's just that this time I was safe, the sour of money was in their car. But I'm the next hour just sending a $1 million almost satu. And they paid, they got a full tank of fuel, and then they proceeded to where they were going. And if you have seen the TikTok video where I talked about the Mercedes-Benz, you'll actually identify the person that bought the car. He was not really secretive about it, and he's strictly posted on his WhatsApp status, tuja. They were young people, and yeah, they should enjoy life. Jetuli mobukulu waliwo tukanga life atete kyanyuma nnyo nga wali kujja kongo onywamo kabia okitegeera. So guys, double tap the screen magambe ka broadcast kano ngenda kola nga kampi because nyirabe njagala okwasaganya ku musote eno njagala jigezesa ndawo baje mbanvu kugende waka kupaka SC clear ekinebiso vuga mono kugende wange ebera SC. So now I have a musota for the guys that want to buy cars. Tojango jana milioni mukaga musanvu muroke yange tebajigula musanvu najiguze ku muzungu wa USAID. Bobato sola jigula nze njajevuga kama mama bana inzo mtajisola nga mpanvu kati nze mbanyino okujevuga. But if I take it today, she has to drive the car. I know kunda ganti yaize muroka. So anyway guys, someone has a familiar face here and see bulana is simumanyi. I forget. I have a very bad memory. So guys, I hope you guys are doing well today. Echibozi. You just wait for the weekly roundup. It's uploaded, probably uploaded right now. It should be live in the next 40 minutes to 1 hour after I come from this broadcast. Thank you very much for being part of the broadcast. Sound is clear, not distorted. Does it get distorted at all? Like apart from a time when I'm moving and this thing does this, I don't think the sound actually gets distorted. Like at every singer, I be moving, yeah. I use the same mics all the time. It's just that when the car is moving and it hits a hump, you'll probably feel things like that. Guys, mwabale kubera ku broadcast. Edachika zinesigadde muzimpe mbeko byenkwasaganya atenso bolo kuduka amangu. I have to drive the Musota around to see if I'm comfortable driving it all the way to Matuga, and then probably come back and park it or drive off. I want to go home when it's still early. Sagala kudilate. John's in from Galasi Joshua Mix Farm Chikoze Stanley Chambade Hannington. Guys, I do pre-purchase inspection if you're going to be buying a car and you need a guardian angel. I come with a mechanic and together we make sure that you get a good car that will not disturb you in your budget. Disclaimer, sichakola inspection za moroka za milioni mukaga. Someone actually called me yesterday. Mgaimezo. Sija kukolera inspection. One thing I've realized about people that buy cars is a bay ya wansi is that they want actually to get a new car. At muntu ajana agule moroka $1,500,000 nenga yagala agule moroka nga mpya tuku okitegeera. There are compromises we make, like when I was buying this Musota of mine, there are compromises I made and I'm working on it okitegeera. Ndimo buttereza because I want njivuge nga ndi comfortable. But the people that buy cars of 6 million, ateno omuntu agule moroka $2,200,000 ajigula nga akimanya yinzo kanikamu na yo $1,500,000 tayagalira koda. That's the thing I've realized, and so that's why I'm no longer inspecting those cars 6 million 7 million sagala tutandikire mu $1,800,000 kwambuka wagulu. That's when I inspect your car, and even then sagala weeronde nnyo. Then you pay consultation and then you call me and we discuss and we see if the money you have will buy the car you deserve, and if the car you deserve with that money is something I can handle obongobe okitegeera. Because someone will have 8 million nenga yagala kawundo. What's your new model? Someone will have 10 million nga yagala Alex. Someone will have 7 million nga yagala Vitz. That's why the consultation fee is there, so that you make sure. Never watoguze nange. Call me and consult me and then make your own decision. Ogene no muntu anakeberera okitegeera. Chambade Hannington, Sereko Starch, Ronald Muchwa, George Bob, Raiwa, Proma Creations, Nakate Christine, George Senkubuge, Luirika Isaac, Abiola Pounds, Lucky Mose, Brad K Momo VIP, Aine Joshman, Jay Sekaja, Ben Kako, Johnny Ruma, Lubega Mark, Solo Extra, Rama Charity Organization, Muse Masada, Motoko, Ben Kako, Baram Yebuzi, Bana Baram Yampereze Sao Yamanda, Tenda tu Kasabani driver jitade, but Baram Yampereze Sao Yamanda, Nemakanika Gotwako ne inspection ya Yemoroka Chibina, ne Yamwereze Sao Yamanda, Baram Twayanzi Zanyo, Baram Musanyu Funechibina ye. baramu musanyu fusenga abantu bonna betwali tu inspecting emotoka eza million 5 basanyukanga baramu ensise ngeni nsanyufu bannange. I think it's not like he has not gotten challenges with this car. He has gotten challenges. Like right now I think the oil pump ndwadde ekomya wakatalaka oil okitegeera but he's still happy with his car. Yajivuga nagende nakaseke nagende wabwe mukyale oba ntungamu ne kakati akyali ntungamu. He's happy. Yagambye nogamba Arthur mbaweereza amanda naye sijja teeka manda mu mmoroka yange banda babatya nga baweereza gajjidde ku taxi. So I have to call the taxi guy ngene nzije amanda gafate tugakozese. King Daniels, Awino Brenda, Jude the Dude, Sechitoleko Norman, Hakim Kabanda, Seguya Ronald VIP. Omuchomo tugenda gulya kankubira omuwala. Sometimes I get like rumbled up ninabiro to get updates. Abiola Pounds, people having money. What excited you? When I talk about people having money, I think the thing that excites me is that the generation that comes after us actually has more money than us. Ababana abatoy, me I was born in 1990, and I find that still between 1990 and 1996 abantu abo tetulina nnyo sete nga ate baana, but between 1997 and like 2000, let's say 2007, those young boys have a lot of money. They have a Juko Julius. Yes, ababana bayina sente nyingi bagule moroka ezebbeyi. Like there are people olwakuba abamu mbasanga nga balayikanga abansinga obukulu. There are people that have actually found nga ndabikanga abasinga abansinga obukulu, then you get their national ID nga mukola endagaano, you realize the kid was born in 1999 okitegeera. So the thing that excites me about this is that abaana abato bayina sente. I want to learn how do they make that much money, but they don't share. They don't tell us how they make the money, and they don't seem to be working so hard okitegeera, not as hard as we work okitegeera. Amina Norman, Arthur, did you get rights to your music? I have rights to my music. You want me to go and like and like file for copyright and spend all that money? I think I should do it, but it's my music. Like it is. Chigozi Stani yagamba bafere. I don't think the bafere no. Singa government yabakwata abana bakola sene zaabwe honestly. WAMV Tech, you want to get rights to my music? I have rights to my music. Like who could go and get rights to my music seriously? Guys, Chintu Van Ivan, thank you very much. Michael UG, sports betting. Omwana tasobola kukola sports betting nagule moroka esoka ya million yana. Nadamu nakola sports betting nagule yenkaga. Nadamu nakola sports betting tekisoboka abana bakola sente. I actually believe bakola sente. It's just that wobato manyi how someone makes their money, you start saying okay. Like in the entertainment industry, there is a way people make money. Nga fete tuzikolangako. Nga wobato zikolangako bwoto yinza okulowooza tekisoboka nenga ate abaana bazikola. Guys, munzikize mbasuubire ngene kwasaganye mvuge mu maka tumusota yange. Neyagale guys. I wish you a very lovely evening. Abali Mokamori, I don't take you for granted. The guys that are going to see this video later on in the night, or later on in the day, or later on in the week, or in the month, or in the year, thank you very much. Hashim, Otoserating and Sibula. Broadcast. I learned something yesterday about people who don't have rights. In the end, things can turn around. I know. Let me work on it, WAMV Tech. And it's very easy, by the way. Let me work on it. I'm going to work on it next week. What timeline? Let me assign someone to start the paperwork. Guys, I wish you a very lovely evening. May the good Lord bless you. Ciao.